All right, so there's a €100,000 reward for this guy, an intense manhunt. What's the likelihood he'll be caught, and how do they do that?
I'm thinking he'll get caught. They need to step up their surveillance a little bit. Germany's pretty sensitive about surveillance ever since East German Stasi, the Gestapo, things like that. They don't have a lot of cameras in places, and they're really worried about civil rights as far as who you can surveil. I'm hoping they step that up a little bit and get like a joint terror task force where they can maybe listen to phone calls, find out to whom he was speaking about being radicalized, the imams up there, things like that. I'm hoping they don't find him because he comes out again with some of the guns he was trying to purchase and hurts more people, because obviously this guy doesn't care if he's a martyr. He injured himself in that lorry terror attack. He'll do it again. He's not afraid to die, so that's a problem. If he has access, and he's got to have a support system up there. If he has access to certain things, certain weapons and people that'll help him, it could be a problem.
Well, some of the people who may have been in place to help him could be connected as well to this very prominent ISIS recruiter by the name of Abu Wallah. I know you know who he is. Talk to us about the connection between Amri and Wallah.
Well, Abu Wallah he's an imam in Germany. He's radicalized. I believe he was born in Iraq, but he's one of those, I think they call him the imam with no face, or the faceless imam, because he didn't put his picture, or he didn't face a camera when he's preaching hate, which is what he's doing, which is that brand of radical Islam. And it's another thing that's unfortunately covered by a lot of the free speech up there. We have a guy in there that is supporting the Islamic State. They're actively saying it, and guys like he are, they're radicalizing a lot of these people too. The connection there I'm not positive about, but it's definitely based on their version of Islam.
What's confounding is that Amri, and you know, there's his picture. I mean, he was the subject of a terrorism probe by the Germans on, quote, suspicion of preparing a serious act of violent subversion. Now, that should be enough. But the Germans said, well, we don't really know his true identity. He doesn't have a passport, so instead of deporting him, we'll just let him go and walk
They didn't have the right paperwork from Tunisia to prove that he was Tunisian, even though this guy's got a criminal record in Tunisia. He supported the group that attacked all those Westerners on a beach recently. He's got criminal record in Italy. They couldn't get him a passport to deport him or something like that.
You just don't open the jailhouse door and say, well, have a good day.
Yeah, we don't have anything good on you, so just you can stay. They allowed him to stay just because they couldn't prove who they knew he was. 6 different aliases. This guy's a criminal.
At the very least, couldn't they have kept a very intense and sustained monitoring of his whereabouts once they let him go?
They were monitoring, but it is pretty apparent they didn't put a team on him. They weren't actively pursuing him for some reason. I think a lot of it comes with the fear of being branded something based on political correctness. I mean, the world is changing, and there's a new enemy out there, and they have a lot of similarities, and we should be able to profile a lot of these people based on the groups they're with.
Real quick, how much is this on the Chancellor Angela Merkel and her open borders policy, let 1 million people in?
Letting people in that have clearly a different culture by the millions. They're not going to try to be like the country where they are. They're going to bring their stuff with them, and in this case, they're not trying to be Germans. They're trying to bring Sharia law with them. A lot of them are, and that's a big problem if you bring them in waves. So she's got some blood on her hands for sure.